Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina with a quick fishing report for your weekend outlook. Right now, we're excited because hopefully it's going to warm up a lot. Plus, we've got a new moon coming too. So, super pumped for this week coming up because we finally have a nice little weather window too. So not only is it going to warm up, not only do we have that new moon, but we've got a nice little weather window coming up. The last 3-4 weeks, we've had these cold fronts back to back to back and only getting 1, 2, maybe 3 days in between these cold fronts and not really giving the water a lot of time to warm up, calm down, or clear up. But it looks like finally we're going to get another little cold front here Friday and into Saturday, but things are going to calm down Sunday. And right now, forecasts are looking like it's going to be gorgeous this work week coming up. I'm keeping my fingers, toes, and everything crossed, knocking on some wood and saying a prayer that forecast will hold true because we could use it. It looks like it's snowing a little bit here right now, and it feels like it too. We are in the 40s. We're going to be in the 30s here Friday and Saturday morning. Not great for us true Floridians because we are struggling. And so are the fish. The fish, they feel this weather. They feel these cold fronts. They react to them. And we always have the best fishing typically behind the fronts once the water has had time to calm down and clear up. And because the fronts have been coming so close together, the water really hasn't had time to calm down and clear up. So I'm super excited for this upcoming week for the warmer conditions, the 4, 5, 6 days of nice weather between these fronts we have forecasted. And we've got that whole new moon coinciding with all of that too. So this weekend, little nautical conditions, a little breezy, a little cold, that cold front rolling through, and we're on the backside of a last quarter moon, so not a lot of moving water, not a lot of flushing bait. Fishing might be a little tough through the weekend. As we move into Sunday, things will start changing. That water will start moving more, flushing more, things will start calming down. Sunday might be a little tough because it's right behind that cold front and it's still gonna be kind of cold and murky and stirred up. But moving into Monday, things look real good. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday look epic. And hopefully the fishing will follow suit. So looking forward to that for sure. And on top of that, we've been seeing some good action offshore. We finally made it offshore one day this past week. It was Friday of last week. Friday, Saturday, I can't remember exactly which one off the top of my head, but the Flying Hub 2 was finally able to make it out there offshore because we had a short, like 12-hour weather window, and a private charter slid out there and destroyed some big, huge red grouper. You're gonna see those photos coming up on our social media this week, I'm sure. Some really nice big fat red grouper. They got some good mangrove snapper, a couple nice yellowtails, some vermilions, even a nice mutton. The pelagic action has been really good with some blackfin tunas, the occasional wahoo, maybe some kingfish if we find that right sea surface temperature. So things are popping offshore, but we just need weather to get out there and do it. And looks like this week we should have some opportunities to get that 12-hour extreme and some private charters out there on the 12-hour on the Flying Hub 2. And Nearshore, we've been doing well too, picking off those hogfish, and we should do even better this upcoming week with this nicer weather condition. Also, we've been doing well in the half day, catching a hogfish here and there. Remember, the 10-hour is really your best chance for the hogfish, but we do catch a couple on the half day. Also, we've been seeing some black sea bass picking up more lately with this colder weather, colder water temperatures. We've been seeing a lot of the lane snapper. The lane snapper bite has been going really well for us and hoping to pick a bunch up this week. And a couple red grouper near shore too, but mostly offshore is really where you want to focus. So if you want a big fat red grouper, 12-hour extreme, 39, 44-hour, long range private charters are best, but you do have a shot for them on those 10-hour all days. Then also inshore, the fishing has been going really well on trout, redfish, and sheepshead. We've found a few snook around, but they're pretty picky, pretty leader shy, and a little unaggressive because of that water temperature. But this week coming up, it's gonna warm up, like I said, and that warming trend should turn those snook alive. They should definitely get much more active throughout the area. So I expect this week coming up should be a pretty good active snook week. And the redfish, trout, sheepshead should stay pretty consistent. Sheepshead do slow down a little bit on those warm-ups though. They spread out a little bit more. So it might be a little tougher on the sheepshead this upcoming week as it warms up and calms down and clears up. They get a little bit more leader shy when the water's clearer as well. But trout should be active. We've got that new moon coming up. Remember, new moon means more flushing water, but also at night, it concentrates any action around those dock lights, bridge lights, artificial light sources, really concentrate the bait and the predatory fish around these new moons. So nighttime fishing this upcoming week should be stellar. And it'll be warmer, making nighttime fishing more tolerable, which is always good too. So redfish are typically on the bottom around those dock lights and on those edges. So are the snook. The trout will kind of move and meander throughout the light and in and out of it too. Great time out there right now. The mirror lure provoker in 5-inch bone silver has been Captain Mike's go-to artificial bait on the flats right now, picking up those trout and a few of those redfish. Him and Captain Mike Rogal from Bay Native Fishing were talking, and Mike was saying how smaller artificial lures work really well this time of year because those redfish are on such a crustacean feed. They're really keyed into those smaller baits, and it definitely helps get those redfish fired up. If you're throwing artificials, throwing them out there in the grass, letting them rest a little bit of a longer pause on the bottom makes sense. These fish are slow, they're moving slower, water's colder, and so are the crustaceans that they're feeding on, right? Crustaceans don't go ripping through the grass flats at a fast rate. Think of how slow a shrimp moves in your shrimp bucket. Not when you're going after them with your hand, but when they're just chilling. They don't move very fast, and that's how fast you should be moving those artificial lures right now. Real slow. Think like a fish, present your bait naturally, you're gonna get more action and more hookups. Hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and see us. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Come check us out Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. for our live stream show. You get a chance to win free fishing trips and have a good time doing it. Every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Trovo pages. And hopefully we'll see you out here on the water for this good weather, this new moon coming up. A new moon typically brings better daytime fishing too, so hopefully you'll get a chance to take advantage of it. Don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Have a good day, y'all.